Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
Eric.
What's up?
You can find us on the gram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast. You can follow yourself.
Later.
You can follow. Oh yeah, you're still in process.
Yep.
You can follow the shop at REC Comics. We're posting our favorite weekly titles, little clips from here, cool stuff that comes into the shop. Go check us out. And if you're local in Colorado Springs, check us out at 7679 North Union Boulevard in Colorado Springs,
And if
Colorado.
you're loco, come on in, baby.
Yeah, but like, be cool, because I'm real chill, okay? Let's just have a good time, all right? Let's have a good time. Let's talk comics, and let's have some fun. How are you doing this week, buddy?
I'm good, man.
Good.
Yeah, dude.
We kind of changed up the scenery a little bit, going to a different part of the shop. We might highlight different parts of the shop in future shows, just to show you some background of what we've got.
We got to do one in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, the bathroom
awesome
sessions, all right? He's not joking. We get complimented
awesome
on our bathroom. It's nothing fancy.
But it's just cool.
It's just very well put together by my beautiful and supportive wife. It was her vision. I said, I want comic stuff. And she said, yeah, I'll figure it out. And we'll have to show you.
Yeah, we'll do one in there eventually.
We're going to start our week off with some sad news. Having to pour one out. I was really hoping that we weren't going to have to do this anytime soon, but in the time since we recorded our last podcast, artist of fame, Tim Sale, has passed away at the age of like 62 or 66. Very young.
Not old enough to be going out like that through kidney failure.
Was that what they ended up saying?
The cause of death was kidney failure.
See, at the time that I and I wasn't peering much more in besides what people were saying.
Right.
And I gotta say, it is a
asterisk 66.
Okay, 66.
Anywho,
yes.
Go ahead. On with it.
It is just such a bummer to, these things. I hate that, but I'm guilty of it too. These things happen in threes. We had Neil and George Perez, and man, so close. Yet another great, man. But of a different, generation.
Oh, big time.
Still a little on the older side for our extreme generation, but still peers with those guys as well.
Absolutely, definitely.
And the thing is that he was Tim's art was all his own, really
much. You cannot replicate Tim Sale. I mean, if you know anything, you're gonna know Long Halloween. Come on,
Long Halloween. A lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration for the most recent Batman.
Absolutely.
Stories have been taken, or the Batman film with Robert Pattinson, taken from work that was based on Tim Sale. Long Halloween, Dark Victory, some characters, some motifs, and it is just something that I didn't see coming. I didn't even know he was sick.
Right. I mean, it just kind of kept. I mean, good on him for keeping that under wraps. It's really nobody's business between him and his family.
Sure.
I mean, I get when you're in the public eye and you do have, and you're an artist. You have your fans, and he went out gracefully, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a bummer. I mean, the guy did such an amazing, one of my favorite books, Daredevil Yellow. He did the entire Marvel Color series with Jeff Loeb.
Yeah.
And Daredevil Yellow, honestly, one of my favorite Daredevil stories of all time.
And the Color series that he did with Jeff Loeb, the Hulk Gray, Captain America White,
Spider-Man Blue.
Woo, my throat is dry. I apologize, guys. They were, and I'm not gonna front, like I've not been the biggest Tim Sale artist fan,
right, sure,
except the covers.
Okay.
I love the covers and then the action figures based on his art.
Right.
Sorry, guys. It's just how my head works. I didn't think he was bad. Just not for me. I'm never
I think it worked with the Marvel Color series.
It did work.
I think the way he got across these strenuous emotions, because all four of those stories talk about relationships.
Yeah.
And loss of relationships. Daredevil with Karen Page, Spider-Man with Gwen, and Hulk with Betsy. Or Betty? And then, of course, Captain America and Bucky. So, it's just the way he was able to pull out those hard emotions into the book. You really reflected Jeff Loeb's writing.
Yes.
That's where it worked for me, is when he was doing major emotional stuff. You know, especially in Long Halloween. Works really good in Long Halloween. Got the awesome noir take with the emotion.
And I didn't just put all of that together until you just said it. I always think that Jeff is at the peak of his powers when he's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Okay,
yeah. Jeff Loeb has been at the peak of his powers with multiple characters, and I've never really cared for his solo writing. Oh, you know, when it was really just centrally focused, except with Tim Sale's art. I didn't realize it till just now.
All right.
And then for me, his Dark Victory and Long Halloween series, I enjoy those so much because it's Jeff doing his peak stuff with all of those characters.
Right.
With that what do they call it? Chiaroscuro, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Chiaroscuro art style.
Yeah, let me just quick peek here on this random page.
It is beautiful, but it's not how I want my action to look.
It's not for everyday action comic book stuff.
Yeah.
It's not for that. It's we're telling a great story.
Yes, and it does. And I won't say, but you know, for me, I'm a very big action-based artist.
Right.
So that's why somebody like Jim Lee is my favorite, because not only is he very detailed, but his action is very detailed as well.
Absolutely.
But I didn't realize I only like Jeff Loeb's singular focused vision
when he's with Tim
Sale. That's awesome. So crazy to me.
Cool,
I didn't realize how well they went together until you just said it.
Good pairing, man. You know, because both those guys, they had some hits and misses. Great, lots of hits though. Their hits are like phenomenal. Come on now.
Just another. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
That's true. Really I mean, it makes me sad. I mean, we're losing legends left and right. You know, and again, it's just that time in our lives when our heroes start to fade away. But you know, the legacy's there. That's what's amazing.
What really
go back and look at their work. You know.
Well, one of the things that really bums me out when you just said, our heroes and our legends. You know, even Betty White. Like, not only did they pass away recently, they also had 2.5 years of their lives robbed before that.
Right.
You know, with COVID and just things locked down.
Yeah.
And I mean, so it's like, you know, there's an argument to be made that some of these people would have lived longer had they been able to socialize and interact. And I'm not, we're
just speculating.
I'm just saying, what a bummer, man.
Socializing is a big part of keeping healthy.
Sure,
it's good for your mental health,
especially with people who are older.
Absolutely.
That kind of interaction, and those people, especially somebody like Betty White, just thrived on her adoration and seemed like a genuinely nice person.
Absolutely,
yeah.
So, pouring one out for one of the big dogs.
Yeah, man.
Such a bummer, man.
And to hear the stories, that the Image guys, because he wasn't obviously he wasn't an Image founder, but him and Jeff Loeb were may have been best friends.
Yeah.
So Jeff was really connected to Rob and a lot of those early Image works.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, like you said, we're gonna pour one out to the greats.
Yeah.
And.
A lot of way interesting way to get the midpoint of the year.
Yeah, getting into the summer, There's been, with everything in comics and the films being very multiverse related, from Miles Morales into the Spider-Verse, to Spider-Man No Way Home,
to Doctor Strange,
Multiverse of Madness, to Loki in us finding out about the TVA. Multiverse. And if something works for Spider-Man, it's going to work for all of the Spider-Man derivatives. And we've been having 2 series going on right now simultaneously, one getting a little bit more love than the other. We have a Spider-Gwen-verse series where we're seeing different versions of Gwen Stacy as Thor, as Captain America, and these different versions, blah, blah, blah. We've also been doing the same thing with Miles, but it's been framed in a different way, in a what-if type of story. And what's been kind of neat about this is that it's going to be, I think, 5 issues total. And it's a mini-series where Miles Morales is being reimagined as Captain America, as Wolverine, as Hulk, as Thor. And then I think it's going to culminate into a
what-if style
Spider-Verse.
Multiverse.
Yeah, with all the different Mileses.
Miles.
And this series has been all right. The Captain America issue wasn't anything to write home about. It was cool. I really like the homage cover to his first issue in his solo series, but it kind of had a kind of cross between the Captain America costume we know and a little bit of the Bucky costume.
Yeah.
But still its own flair.
Right.
And it was fine. It was just like, okay, this is a cash grab book, whatever. But then that issue 2 had me going. Do we got a copy of that over here? I think we got it on the table over there. The issue 2 was What If Miles Morales Became Wolverine? And this one I ordered less of, and I think it was ordered less of in the community because this is the only issue to date that has gone back to another printing. This issue, if you read issue 1 and you bailed,
you missed out.
You missed out because this one is very violent too. So if you were kind of turned off by the camp that was kind of in there, this one is pushing the boundaries. Has some very high level PG-13 violence.
Sure, absolutely.
Wrapped in a very interesting story. I would read more based off of this tale than the other ones that I've read.
It's kind of interesting that you said that. A lot of people who bailed on the Cap one because of the campiness didn't realize, I think that was a point of that. It was because old school Cap was campy.
I want to come back to that,
too. And this is paying homage to hardcore, down and dirty Frank Miller violence of the 80s.
And I mean, even that is a Frank Miller kind of pose.
Right.
Has that second miniseries of Wolverine. Number 1 kind of look. Maybe that is the homage to that. I like what you have to say because I think it's going to play into where we're going. The issue 3 was fine. It was more in the vein of the Captain America one. But as the internet can do, and as we all can do,
sure.
We had What If Miles Morales Became Thor. I loved this cover for the most part. I thought it was really neat. It's a little on the nose with the graffiti on the Rainbow Bridge and the graffiti even on the hammers.
I don't like the Antifa Mjolnir.
Yeah. Portland Mjolnir here. This one has been getting a lot of flack on social media. There's been a couple of articles written about it as well.
Because of the out of touchness?
It's a little out of touch. In this book, you kind of have like quasi-Asgardian in the Bronx type feel. Miles has a very thick vernacular of the late 80s, early 90s, would you say?
Sure, let's go with that.
Like a very specific hip-hop era.
Right. Kind of Public Enemy-ish.
Yes. While nobody around him is speaking that way.
Everyone's speaking kind of Asgardian.
Yes. They're playing into the fact you have, Miles' dad as Odin and his uncle as Loki, which is an interesting idea.
I like that.
Uncle Loki, Uncle Aaron.
Yep.
That's kind of the motif of this story. We're seeing one issue contain stories of this. And to Eric pointed out, they did a great job of getting a bunch of information into one issue.
Book. They actually did a good job.
Yeah.
Hats off to...
Oh gosh, his last name is Mercado, and he has a Yehudi Mercado.
And then the writer, I can't say that.
That's the writer's name.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then Luigi Zagaria is the artist on this specific book because the art is beautiful.
It's very well done.
It is beautiful in here.
But they're bashing the fact that it's out of touch because of the kind of old school hip hop dialogue.
Yeah, it feels very forced. Like there's a point where he slams his hammer down and he says it's hammer time.
Right.
Which again,
I mean,
for
Eric
today,
Masterson's Thor said that in the 90s.
Yes.
And that was played out then.
Yes. And people just think it's out of touch, but to your point earlier when you talked about the Captain America, why couldn't there be a Miles that's like that?
Right, why not?
Why couldn't there? Because there was a time where people did speak like that.
That's very true. Maybe this one takes place in the 90s.
Now, that is us,
speculating.
I mean,
he's got his, I don't know if they're pumps, like the shoes that used to pump up. They kind of look like that.
I think that they missed an opportunity here, though, to... tell a different story. Each of these little one shots, like I said, it's very much revolving around Miles, his uncle Aaron, and his father, and wackiness and sadness ensuing throughout the entire story. really based around those. Like in the Wolverine issue spoilers, his uncle is Sabretooth.
Yes.
So, they're doing these very, false or loose pretenses to connect these characters.
Right.
But, and this may come as a shock to some of you, they're originally in the Thor comics, Thor's spirit was banished from Asgard.
Right.
And it was banished to this stick. And Donald Blake was a doctor that was lame. He had a knee issue.
He had a gimpy leg.
And he finds this cane, and when he hits it on the ground, he becomes Thor.
Yeah.
But, it's basically Thor being what? Not humiliated. That's not the right...
Gaining humility.
Yeah. By being bound to somebody who he can't separate from.
Right.
It's a weird story. It was an interesting way to do it in the 60s.
Sure.
But I think they had a chance to keep Odin as Norse as he looked.
Right.
Keep everybody else the same, but then make... Miles was worthy to pick up the hammer.
Right.
Because in this story, again, without anything else but what's in here, it's just inferring that, you're just Thor.
He's pure of heart.
Yeah, you're pure.
Or he's just
you're
Thor.
just Thor. You're just Thor. So I think they missed an opportunity to show that Miles
was
could
the
lift
actual
the
pure of heart.
Yes.
He was selfless.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And they could have made some interesting social commentary.
Could have been.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about... They probably would have taken it as far as having him slam a Glock down.
Yeah.
And then it turns into Thor. That's how kind of on the nose this book is. It's a little... I get what you're saying. But again, the artwork's pretty bomb.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
And it culminates in the ending. The ending is very interesting.
Yeah, the ending is good. And none of these... This was the worst issue.
It was, yeah.
But visually it looked great.
It looked good.
That's going to keep me there. It's just, while I don't find anything wrong with the vernacular other than I just think it's...
Out of touch.
It's just out of touch. It's just lame.
Nobody talks like that.
It's just lame.
Yeah.
And I mean, again,
We're talking Donald Blake lame.
Set it in that time, and it fixes
everything.
everything.
It might have been fine, yeah.
And again, you're adding different layers to the multiverse then, which I'm totally into. Everything doesn't have to follow the exact same time sequence. I loved the premise behind. Remember Neil Gaiman's 1602, where we had we kind of had the Marvel universe happening around the Spanish Inquisition, roughly. And
it was interesting.
It was. Now it's bananas.
It's very wacky,
but it's fun. And your boy Daredevil has a big part in it.
He's actually my favorite character in there.
Why wouldn't he be?
Obviously he's a musician.
He's a blind minstrel.
A minstrel, but he's a spy.
Yes, nobody suspects the blind guy.
Never. But what's cool is I like how they incorporated S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
into it. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the king, his right hand man is Sir Nicholas Fury.
Yes.
And he says he's asking Nick for some strategic stuff, and he says, basically to an extent if you want to do something, I'm going to do it, but I am here to protect you. I am Your Majesty's shield.
Yes.
And I mean,
cool.
very, very clever. It's batshit crazy
and
in some
the
parts.
Captain America part is insane.
Spoilers, if you haven't read it.
Well, who cares?
But dude, I'm so dense I didn't even pick up on it until a big
I didn't either because no one saw it coming. That's how crazy it was.
But again, we digress, kids.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what you guys think about the
Miles
what if
Miles
stories
through the universe.
Because, like I said, I can highly recommend issue 2. But I'd love to hear what you guys think and let us know below.
What else we got on deck here? Oh, Ezra.
Our buddy, Eric's homie.
My homie, Ezra.
Why don't you set this one up? I'm
just saying, we've been, not jumping on this podcast as much as we, have been. So we haven't been able to keep up to date with Ezra. But last month.
Of the Miller variety.
Yes.
Yeah.
June 16th, 2022, the year of our Lord. Ezra Miller, again, arrested for stalking and making threats towards a mother and child, threatening to strangle the child. And the mom and child were granted a protection order from Ezra Miller, which is leading to the point of the discussion. DC is going to drop him after this Flash. I'm shocked they're actually going to go through the Flash movie. To be completely honest with you, I thought they were going to scrap that.
Well, what some other people said was the fact, some sources, blah, blah, blah. I heard it from a guy who heard from a guy that they just have so much money sunk into this movie. They have to release it. Because you got to think about it. They have Ben Affleck. They have Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out a way to It would cost them more to reshoot. It would cost them even more to
just redo it.
Digital change
to Brandon Lee it, basically.
So yeah, they have it's been pushed again to July of 2023 at this point.
Jesus, come on!
They're gonna try to put some space between the incidents, the alleged activity.
That's true.
The alleged activity and the release of this film.
Oh, which is a bummer because we were supposed to get it this year, right?
Yes. Yes. Like
everyone's stoked on it because they wanted the Keaton and the Affleck.
Guys, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get Joss Whedon in here, guys. We bring in Joss Whedon, okay? And this is his redemption. He figures out how to make this movie work. And if it fails, he's done. And he has to go away. But if he succeeds, it makes a usable Flash film.
He's forgiven.
No. I didn't say that. I can't. I don't want to say I'm advocating for it. Guys, it's an impossible task. I feel like I have to say that at this point. Sure. But give somebody desperate. I don't know if he's desperate, but I would assume he'd be desperate for redemption in the DC universe. Somehow gets everybody on board. I mean, we benefit because either A, he makes it work, or B, he fails himself out of Hollywood forever.
Into obscurity.
So there we go. I'm not saying forgive, kids. I'm just saying it's already on fire. Right. It's already on fire. Yeah. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Throw a tire on it? Why not?
Yeah. He didn't have any incentive to make Justice League good.
No. Oh my God, dude.
All right.
But I don't know. I think it's... Now that you said that, I get why they have to put the movie out.
Yeah.
Because I totally forgot about the Keaton and all the moving parts to this movie.
I mean, all they want is to restart this freaking franchise.
I know, they mean like they have two of their stars just gone.
And part of me wonders if that's what Ezra Miller's like, screw it. I don't care. I'm just gonna assault random people. Yeah, just rage, just rampage through Hawaii, and then
this happened in Connecticut. This incident I'm talking about.
Are you sure this isn't an older incident?
No, this is from 2022.
Because there's been
the big thing he's been in the news.
Well, the big thing he's been in the news for too is that he may have absconded. Well, it's weird to say abscond because the person's 18 years old, but the parents claim that he had been grooming this underage minor, and then when turned 18, like, they're missing right now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Or they were as of a couple days ago. I haven't been following it because it's just like...
Yeah.
But Eric, we really had to comment on it because it's just getting crazy.
It's just getting... Yeah, because the Hawaii incident was March 28th, 2022.
Yeah.
And April 19th, 2022.
Yeah.
And the other incident in Hawaii, or rather... in Massachusetts, was June 16th of 2022. Yeah. He came to the house wearing a bulletproof vest and brandishing a gun before pestering the child by uncomfortably touching their hips. Ezra!
Yeah. Maybe we could have him and Joss fight.
Ooh.
We could watch that. That would be fun.
Joss could take him.
I mean,
Ezra, you ain't got nothing.
Dude, I don't know.
Beating up on kids and karaoke singers.
He's like, you think you can catch me, Joss? You think you can catch me?
Guys, come on.
Yeah, we gotta get this guy. We gotta get him contained.
Yeah, I don't know where the DC... I don't know, man. I mean, I guess Black Adam looks okay. Whatever.
Jason Momoa is just like, come on, man. Like,
He's like, I know. I'm the only one making money around here.
Yeah, dude. Gal Gadot. I mean, if I were her, I'd bounce.
She needs to go.
I'd bounce.
Yeah.
Get Henry Cavill back. If they want to keep her, I'm down. Sure. But we got to get new Flash. I guess a new Batman. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
We need a new Mira.
Yeah.
I thought we had a Mira up here.
No, I think we sold the Mira.
Okay.
We sold it. We had to get that stank out of here.
Oh.
Actually, the Mira figure was awesome. You would love it. It'd be great in your collection. Cool. Kids.
Oh wait, I'm gonna do a recommendation real quick.
Please
read this real fast. Recommendation, choo-choo, whatever we're calling it. My boy got me into this. I was not interested in reading this because I just been hearing some backlash about the changing of the Punisher symbol here.
Yep.
And this is Jason. What's his name?
I believe Jason Aaron's
run here. Very awesome.
Yeah.
Ties into the Hand. It really gives an interesting take on Punisher's aspect of vengeance.
It's putting Punisher in a Daredevil story, and that's everything Eric wants.
Yeah, but again, it works. The symbol change, it works in the story.
Yeah.
It actually makes it work. Please pick this up, start reading it. I am obsessed with it.
It's weird. It's weird when Eric is this caught up about a comic,
Yeah.
a modern book.
He
doesn't. I showed it to him last week, and he was like, "Let me know when the next issue comes out."
I was floored.
So
pick it up if you're into some ninja stuff, Punisher stuff. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, if you're just a Punisher person and you were kind of holding out because you were you feel that it's too politically affiliated with the Skull and Crossbones, it doesn't. Yeah,
it doesn't play into this.
It works in the story really well.
It's pretty awesome. So pick it up.
Yep, I'm reading Thor and Hulk Banner of War.
Oh yeah, you're talking about
it is the Hulk crossover and Thor crossover that is going. It started in an alpha issue, which just was going to be on sale this week in second print. We've got plenty at the shop, so come check it out. Starts there, and then it's ping ponging between the Thor main series and the Hulk ongoing series. Both written by Donny Cates of Venom fame, and obviously
of awesomeness fame.
Awesome. Everybody likes him. Null, little Null character, but it's just been a great action hit 'em up.
Cerebral.
A little cerebral,
but in a good way.
In the build, it had been cerebral, but he's really paying it off in this battle, where we're getting a lot of good action. So if you haven't been reading the Thor and Hulk ongoing series, they are definitely worth a check.
You know what's crazy? You said ping pong. That is the only sport named after its creator.
Kids, that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and click that bell so that you know when we got a new episode up. We're going to try to remain consistent this time around.
Yeah.
We did have 2 episodes last week. If you didn't catch those, go ahead and check them out. I will say we are going to wait till the end of Miss Marvel to review it as a whole. It feels a little slow to go piece by piece, but I am enjoying it. Eric, do you have any final thoughts for us today?
Yeah, I do. Jim Shooter, coming for you. And Jeff Goldblum owns.
He owns it, kids. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Eric Icarus.
And we'll catch you on the next podcast.